Good morning to you. You with me, Miriam Angel, Salim Barissa, and Emmanuel Gorner. It is 29 minutes to 10. In studio is Tony Mintos. He is an entrepreneur. He's an entrepreneur. He does a lot of things, and I want him to tell us all those things that he does. Tony, good morning.
Good morning too.
How are you?
I'm good. Feel good to be here.
Yeah. You've brought good vibes. Yeah.
Someone here is happy to hear about what I do.
Yeah. We would like to hear about everything that you do. So you are an entrepreneur. So what business are you into?
So I'm into real estate.
Yeah.
I sell properties and I do management and all that. And the most interesting part that my brother here has really loved is the spa side.
Yes.
I run a beauty spa in town here at Naivas Mbeteri,
Yeah.
Mombasa. And I have a branch in Nairobi at Platinum Plaza.
Yeah.
So those are the two businesses that I'm doing at the moment right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have Mombasa, and then we have Nairobi, and then we have real estate.
Yeah.
Let's go to the spa because, you see, there's a guy who told me that he does facials.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to say it, He didn't want to say that he does all that. He does scrubbing and he removes dirt, just takes care of his skin. And I said, it's okay. I think a man should actually take care
I'm not
of
got your point. He's not proud to be doing facial.
No, he's not proud to say it.
Oh.
And I feel like when he says
I do
it.
manicure.
Exactly.
You can see my nails. I've really neatly done.
Neatly done. Men kama Salim Barissa, like the macho men, they feel like inikitia wanawake.
Actually, I think I'm more masculine than him.
Ooh.
Na umetengeza kucha.
Yeah, this is part of just having yourself and taking care of yourself.
Na umefanya nini?
Actually, I think that's what I've come late.
Okay. Hivyo wewe unajigusa.
I take care of myself.
It's skincare.
Skincare, I do have skincare routine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the spa, what services would somebody get? Akija, Emmanuel Ajepale, na Salim.
Actually, for us, we take care of both genders,
Yes.
men and female. For the ladies, we do everything to do with your hair, everything to do with your manicure, pedicure, massage, waxing, and all that. So anything that you might get at the spa, we offer at Mintos Salon. And then for the guys, that's what it's waiting for.
Yeah.
We offer haircuts.
Yeah.
And facial, manicure and pedicure for the gents, and then massage.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Even waxing, actually, even men we do waxing. Hope you have some hair to get.
Yeah. Ndio waxing ile una nani alafu
Yes.
that one.
Can you explain? Sijaelewa umesema lakini.
Kwa wale ambao
You
hawakuoni.
I'm sure no one is seeing us here. We need to
You
understand.
won't
So even for men we do waxing.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Mnafanya waxing wapi?
Waxing.
What do you mean wapi?
Anywhere there's hair, even in your head.
Okay. Great. So
Anywhere there is hair.
Yes.
Yeah. So you complete that sentence.
That's our job.
Yes. Mintos, how did you get into business?
I think it's a passion. I did not waste a lot of time after I finished high school.
Yeah.
Just after high school, I went direct I really wanted to be someone in the society.
Yeah.
I really wanted to be known. That was my big goal.
Yeah.
But I figured out a little bit the music industry is tricky. I had that a passion to go into music and all that. But I figured out it's not a business. Like, I'll make money out of it.
Yeah.
Because the people that I was following back then, they're not making some good cash that you can say that can sustain your life. So I figure out I have a talent here. I'm a super hairstylist personally.
Yeah.
I do locks myself, and I decided to venture into that and invested in that, and I become a hairstylist.
Yes.
Later, I managed to open my own spa, and that's why you hear I have a spa in Mombasa, Nairobi, Mintos Salon, and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we started with the spa.
Yes.
All right. And
that's where I started.
How long did you run the spa in Mombasa, and then now decided that you want to branch out to Nairobi?
How long?
Yeah.
I think, I came to Mombasa when the market was still not... People are not appreciating kwanza men hairstylists.
Yes.
Most of them. So when I came down, I really wanted to bring that vibe that they really, because you see, Mombasa, the community is most of them are Muslim. So I came to the market that is very difficult
Yes.
for myself, because
Yeah.
I was from Nairobi originally when I came down. And I decided now I want to capitalize on this and make it something big. So I managed to do that within, I think, 2-3 years. And then right now I've been running the spa for the last 8 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you actually started in Nairobi, the spa.
I was just I was not sure about what I want to do when I was in Nairobi. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of things going on. So it had to come some-
ulikuwa mwimbi uelewi.
Okay, I did not go to a studio like that, but I was not even sikuwa nimefigure out exactly what I want to do.
Yeah.
So when I came down here, I managed to see what I can do. It was very clear to me, this is what you can go for, and you can make something out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then now, you said 3 years.
For like 3 years, hiyo nikiwa nimekuwa employed and all that. Then I opened my own.
Also, you were employed, and
Yes.
then through
I
that,
started
you opened your own.
That's what I do to my guys too. I have, I
Okay.
think right now in Mombasa, we have a lot of spas that have come out of Mintos salon.
Wow.
Because of the people that I employed. And later they find out they are capable of running their own, and they went out there and opened their own spas. Yeah. So that's how I started, and I opened mine, and I've been in the industry for the last 8-9 years. Beauty industry. For the last 2 years, I decided to venture into something else, and I figured out that's real estate now.
Yeah.
And, I've been doing now real estate for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we have a spa in Mombasa, and then you decide, okay, fine, we need to expand.
Yeah.
And you're moving now into...
Wakarudi Nairobi.
Yes, now you're going back to Nairobi. What challenge did you experience huku kwanza, and what made you feel like now there's need for me to expand?
My expansion of my spa was very simple.
Yeah.
My clients, the client that I was making here, most of them, you see, Mombasa is somewhere that a lot of people come just for a transfer or something,
Transit.
Yeah.
and then they go back to Nairobi. So once they come here and get my services, and they enjoy it, they're like, Mintos, we're in Nairobi, where can we get us same service? So I used to refer, I used to go myself there to serve few clients, and then I come back. So I figured out, instead of doing all this every time, see, I just open a brand there. That's how I did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have trusted people? Because the other thing is now, most times
that-
if you're running a business, you
that's
have
now
to be
the biggest
present.
challenge that we face.
Yeah.
Especially in salon industry. It's a space that you can't really like measure what you've done, because someone can come get a haircut, and you'll never know.
Yeah.
It's just upon them to decide how to write it down, because you might even have a manager and they decide now to do it the other way. But I thank God, because I've got a lot of people who really work with the brand, not even me. They really want to grow the brand to the next level.
Yeah.
So I have a very supportive team. So it's okay.
Yeah. So that means now you need to get a trusted team to
Very,
be able
very
to run your business.
Yes.
And you have the trusted team both in Mombasa and...
Especially in Mombasa,
Yeah.
I have a good one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Umespecify, especially in Mombasa. Hiyo umeitoa imetoka kwa moyo.
It's true, because I have a good team here. I have a really good team, because most of the time I don't spend right now at the spa. So I'm always at the field looking for properties here and there, taking clients to the site. And Mombasa is the biggest. Mombasa is where the traffic is.
Yeah.
Mombasa is where the money is. So in Mombasa is a really special part for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Nairobi, I have a team. It's not that too big. We are operating very smoothly, because they style themselves. I don't have even a proper manager, but the stylists themselves, they are very good at their work. Yeah.
Okay. I know tutaenda hapo mahali kwa stories za partnership na nini, but now hapa now that ume build hiyo trust na hao wafanyikazi ni na imegrow mpaka branch imetokea, how ni namna gani utajua kwamba huyu Gona, huyu Miriam na huyu Barisa, these are the perfect wafanyikazi ambao watanifanyia mimi kazi na niwe at peace that naweza nikaventure into another thing, now that umesema umeingia kwenye biashara nyingine, uko una run around, but uko na trust na wale wafanyikazi wenye umewacha pale na they're running. How do you go about that?
I think it's funny, but you need to pray, man, to get the right person. You know, it's not normal. The streets are very tough.
Yeah.
And you get different people every day.
Yeah.
So you might find someone that you feel in your eyes they pretend they are very well, but behind the back they are different. So it's something very tough to really identify. But what I've managed, I have a brother of mine now who manages my spa here in Mombasa, and he's really good.
Yeah.
So he helps me, even give me the insight. And then my wife is part of the management team.
Yeah.
So it's so really easy for me to be able to identify the loopholes and all that.
Yeah.
At the spa. Yeah.
Okay. That is getting trusted employees. You've
And then
insisted you have to pray.
I think I've done more of a family business. I've turned it to more of a family business. Yeah.
Hapa kwa
Are
family
you answered,
business.
man?
Yeah.
You're not
Niko
yet?
answered, lakini
Okay,
God.
get-
Ni God.
May God, man.
Uje huko umeitoa, lakini sasa hiyo ni God. Maombi upate mtu ni God.
You
Yeah.
need to pray. You need to pray for your team. You need to pray to get a good person.
Yeah.
That's true. Hakuna ujanja. Unajua, most of people usually thinks you can just find your own ways on the streets. It will never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why real estate? So the spa business is doing well in Mombasa, and then now it's also doing well in Nairobi. Then you figure, okay, I want to expand, or I want to venture into something else. Then you decide, okay, let me try real estate. How did that come about?
Actually, I did not want to try. I do. When
You do real estate. No, that point of making the decision to get into real estate.
So,
Yeah.
personally, I wanted to get a home for my family. I have a wife and 2 kids.
Yes.
Oh, I'm too far? Okay. I have a wife and 2 kids.
Yeah.
So when I managed to raise some funds and I wanted to build a home for my family,
Yeah.
I did it blindly. I did not get someone who was like helping me step by step, advising me, giving the right direction
Yeah.
when it comes to investing. The people that I met, they are just the normal brokers who want to sell. They don't care what you're buying. They don't care where you're buying. They don't care how will your life be in the next 5-4 years
Yes.
from today. This is a lifetime investment. Real estate is a lifetime investment.
Yeah.
So I faced a lot of challenges, and I invested a lot of money on buying my land, building my home. So later I came to notice I lost a lot of money in between, and it not went direct to the project that I was doing. People are taking advantage of me because they were exploiting me. I know
You
nothing
didn't
about
know.
it. Yeah. So when I figured out everything, I was like, there's a lot of people who are on the same track like me, and I can help to cover this gap, and I can do it the right way.
Yeah.
Now that's why when I decided now to bring my brand to real estate.
So how can you help somebody in the right way? Now that, because you've said you lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And people were more on, what am I making out of this sale? Right?
Yes.
For somebody comes to you and says, Tony, I want a home. What do you tell them?
I'll have to understand, first of all, their goal
Okay.
to buy the home.
Yes.
You know, there are people who want to buy a property that in future they're not planning to live there. So the location matters a lot because we are looking at ROI, return. That's the rent and all that.
Yeah.
So you might get the same property that I'm selling at 10 million in Bamburi.
Yeah.
I might get, let's say, a 3-bedroom in Bamburi. It's 10 million. I might get a 1-bedroom in Nyali. Same price. But if the goal of the client is not to live there, it's just an investment, I'll advise them to go to Nyali, because this 1-bedroom, they'll fetch more in return for rent
For rent.
than Bamburi. So it's not about the size, it's about the returns. What's your goal? That matters to me.
Yeah.
So if the guy who sold to me my land and those guys who helped me to build, we'd build a beautiful home for my family. But if they had understood my goal
Intention,
to invest, they could have took me to the right direction.
Yeah.
And I could have not invested there right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so your intention was to get a home. What do you feel like they missed out on what you were looking for
Big
as a
time
client?
is first of all is the location.
Yeah.
They did not advise me well. You know, I was blind. I just had money. You know, when you have money, you feel you can do anything. But most of the time, we missed the point. I had money in my pocket, and I knew I can build a home.
Yeah.
First of all, my goal was to build my own home.
Yeah.
I did not want to buy a ready home. Now, I wish they could have advised. Actually, they could have even made more money out of the sale. Like right now, I understand the real estate market more than back then.
Yeah.
They could have made more money instead of selling me a land and give me a contractor to help me build the house.
Yeah.
They could have managed to get even more money for selling me a ready house, maybe in a gated community, because I just went and buy a plot
Yeah.
and build my own home. So I'm all alone. Everything I run there, it's my expenses. When you put on the light,
It's you.
it's me. When the power is off, I'm the one to take care of the token and all that. But when you're in a gated community,
Yeah.
you share costs, all those expenses. And the family, because I have young kids, they'll get people to grow up with, people to play with. Right now, I'll have to take my kids to my friends, or we go somewhere to enjoy, but they can't just have easy, or they come to my home. But you see, they have to come to my home. But if you're in a gated community, it could be easy. They have a kids play area. All the kids go there, they play, and then they come back to the house. Yeah.
Oh wow. I'm thinking about it now. Would you advise somebody that instead of buying a piece of land and building, would you advise them to go for an already like it's built, it's established, just buy?
Again, it depends with your goal, but personally,
From your experience. Yeah.
anytime, it's easy to live in a gated community, and it's cheaper to live in a gated community
Okay.
over building your own 50 by 100. Maybe if you want a farmhouse, a big land, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 100 acres, that's a different case. Now that you're looking for a ranch and you have reached to that level of life. But for us who are growing up, we are just trying to collect some cash to get a family and all that. It's a very nice place to stay with the family. Gated community, apartments. Sometimes we don't take apartment very serious.
Yeah.
But you see your kids, if the apartment itself is well built, they have kids play area, they'll get people to play with instead of having your own home.
Real estate involves there are a lot of parts in real estate. What do you venture in? For somebody who does not understand anything about real estate, what does it entail and what do you venture in?
Me personally, I do everything to do with real estate.
Okay.
From selling land,
Yeah.
bare land, to apartments, the townhouses and everything.
Yeah.
So that's my business. Anything to do with property, that's my business. Yeah.
So those people who run Airbnbs, is that part of real estate?
Yes.
Now.
Actually, that's a major market of real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does someone get into this?
To get into Airbnb?
Because I see it a lot, especially in the coastal region. People run a lot of Airbnbs, and you find that when somebody starts with one unit, and then they move on to the next unit and to the next unit.
I think it's just normal like any other business. Even career, the way you started, I'm sure it's not where you are where you started.
That's true.
Where you're starting. So it's just the same. It needs your attention.
Yeah.
It's not that like something that you'll just buy or rent a house, furnish it, and you expect clients to come from heaven direct to your house. You need to do proper marketing. That's from social media, from referrals. You need to have a good network, in short.
Yeah.
Yes. And then you have the apps, the Airbnb apps and all that. Yeah. But it's a sweet business.
Oh, so you're confirming that if somebody ventures into
It is a sweet business.
There's good return.
Yeah, there's really good return. You can't compare Airbnb over even renting your house for a long term.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. That's one of the things that's one of the reasons that we do sell even apartments. Most of our apartments we sell in Nyali. You see most of them moving very fast. Most of people buying just to do Airbnb, because they have ventured in the Airbnb market, and it's a market that cannot be flooded. You see, it's something a lot of people usually say ati watu wengi wamefungua biashara itaisha very soon. It's nothing to do with that. Hata nyumba zijengwe ngapi, Airbnb will always be there, because the demand na tastes in a change. There are some people who don't want to live in an old house. There are people who want every time I'm on a apartment in Malonchio, they learn to stay there for a week when they come to Mombasa or when they go to Nairobi. And we have reason for people to go to your Airbnb over there. There are amenities that are being offered on the property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I hand it over to Salim Amagona, what would you advise somebody new amekusikia
Mhm.
anasema okay fine I want to venture into this Airbnb business, how do they start?
I think I'm even willing to have a sit down with them.
Yeah.
To advise them step by step with the knowledge that I have.
Yeah.
I can even share, not even a must we sit down, we can have a conversation on that.
Yeah.
But my advice, it's never too late. You can start. Yes.
So you don't want to give us the tips now on how they can start?
How you can start?
Yes.
Personally, I'll say, if depending with your budget,
Yes.
if you're not willing to buy a house,
Yeah.
you can rent. You can always start from somewhere. If you're not capable of owning, renting a house in Nyali, you can rent in Bamburi, Mtwapa. You can go to where you can start from, and then start creating your own community. Start looking for referrals. Start looking for friends who do that business. You'll get clients always, because it's something that, you see, when I have a house let's say in this apartment in Bamburi, and I have a client who wants a unit in Bamburi, it's so tricky for me to change their mind from Bamburi to Nyali because of the budget.
Yeah.
So if they can work closely to other BNB hosts, it's so easy for them, because when they don't have a unit, they'll just give you the client.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they get their cut. It's something very simple transaction. Sorry. You get your cut as if I refer someone to you right now and you have an Airbnb, you give me my commission. So si ati ni kitu tutasumbuana in any way. Yeah.
Okay. Gonna.
Umetaja biashara mzuri ambazo na zimesonga vizuri, lakini najua watu wengi wakifikiria kuanzisha biashara ukuwa pengine stories za capital na pengine ni nani ambaye mtakuwa naye katika hiyo biashara. Have you ever worked with a partner, ama umeshai kujipata katika partnership in any of these businesses?
Capital ni big pressure kwanza kwa economy. It's one of the biggest challenge that we have.
Yeah.
Because you really need to, most of us, we just come from scratch, from nothing. We don't have somewhere you can go and tell them you need some capital, like maybe a family and all that.
Yeah.
We just start from scratch. But personally, my experience in Zambia mtu, it's better you start small with what you have. Save, because I saved myself. I was saving the little money I was getting from my job that I was employed. I was saving, and then can manage kufungua my first business. And even venturing into real estate, I ventured into it because it's something that I already experienced personally. Na nikaamua kuventure into it. Sikutafutana na mtu ama like a partner or something. Juu ni kitu nimeona backlash nyingi sana na partners. Inategemea sasa na type of partners. If you're going for an investor, it's a different case. You have a company, like right now I have a company that is running. I can prove to you. You want to invest in my company, I'll sell to you shares, but I won't partner with you.
Oh, why?
Because I don't want that drama. I've seen a lot of drama around with that.
What's the drama that you've experienced with
see,
partners?
Okay. No, me personally, I've not experienced, but it's something, sometimes it's good to just learn from others.
Yes.
There's no need for you to always go through it so that you get the experience. So personally, I've done that study. There's a point that I reached. I really wanted a partner, but I noticed when a partner comes in, they want to they know nothing about the business. First of all, they have the money, but they want now to sit down. When I make my own decision, like right now, if I decide my real estate business, we are not going to do business for the next 2-3 weeks because we are going to strategize. I don't have to sit down with people and tell them, we have this and this. No. I'll do it because I know the advantage that will bring to my business. Yeah, but I think I'm not yet there to go for partners. That's my point. And I'm not planning to have any partner.
So for the spas, the 2 spas, and then now into the real estate, you've never had a partner in all these businesses?
No. I've never had a partner. I've done it myself.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
My partner is people that are helping me to do it, not partners like investing or something. Yeah.
So kwa yule ambaye anakusikiliza hivi sasa, that hizi drama zenye Miriam anasema tumeziona na wewe pia ushazisikia. Kwa nini uwezi, kando na wewe umesema ni investor, anakuja share zako ni 5 shares kwenye hii kampuni, vikishindikana anaondoka because
I buy back the shares.
You buy back the shares. So why wouldn't you advise huyu mtu mwenye yeye ndio anaanza scratch aingie into partnership? What's the chaos about it?
Okay. As I've said, when you start something yourself, you know, you'll understand it even better.
Yeah.
Ukianza mwenye from scratch.
Okay.
You see the challenge that we have with our youths, especially our youth. That's the challenge I've seen in the people that are on my same age bracket. They just sit down, create crazy ideas. Even them, they know that this is a crazy idea. It's something that can work out,
Yeah.
but it's super crazy.
Yeah.
But the one thing they are not willing to invest themselves on the idea. There's no way you'll expect me to come and invest on it and then let you just do whatever you want with the idea. Yes, it's a good idea, crazy good idea, very big idea. I come in and invest. When I come and invest, I make sure I take control of it so that I see my money won't
work.
go. Yeah, isichome pesa yangu.
Yeah.
So that is the only challenge that we have now. Advising to the youth, if you have idea, look for a way to start small.
Okay.
Even if it's a multi-million, billion idea, look for a way you can start with 100 bob until you reach there. Now, ukiwa on your way, ukipata people who are really interested in your, you know, like right now I can say, mimi sina partner, all that, but maybe there's someone out there amekaa chini ameangalia Mintos too, and I'm observe the way I'm operating, the way I'm doing my thing. I might get someone tomorrow comes in and tell me, Mintos, I want us to do this and this and this. And I wait, I feel it's something that I can work on. But I've already started. You see, it's different.
Yeah.
Sijaamka asubuhi mtu akanipea pesa tuende tufanye biashara naye. Hapana. So start from somewhere. Anza wewe mwenyewe. Kabla uongoje, uanze kutafuta sponsors, uanze kutafuta investors or the partners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your fear of that is more that when a partner comes in, then they gain control because ni pesa yao.
Pesa ni yao na pesa ya mtu huwezi chezea media.
Yeah.
Lazima pesa ya mtu chunge.
Yeah.
Venye utachunga yako tu.
Yes.
You need to be responsible. So that's where the challenge comes. Na ndio maana unakuta, as you have seen, hizi drama zimekuwa zikihappen, hata social media zimehappen sana.
Yeah.
Hizi ni vitu zimetokea out of someone trying to just play around with, maybe we may notice this is my investment, but you're not serious with it.
Yes.
And that's why none other things may end up to our boy. I'm not going to mention it. The way it has end up, because huyu jamaa aliona pesa yake, huyu akimwachia vile anaendelea kufanya, biashara haitaenda mali inafaa. In the next 5-10 years haitakuwa. Yes, he has a talent, yes, he's blessed, but he doesn't have the plan to take the company to the next level.
Like ni pesa mtu unacheza nayo.
Yes.
Hey. Mintos has said a lot of things. I mean, we're out of time, but this is actually the take home. So first of all, he had a job, and while at this work, or rather this workplace, he was saving, right? Like he saved, he started a business. Started the spa business. Yes. Ameanza kazi akaanza kusave. Alafu akaanzisha biashara ya spa. While hii biashara ya spa is growing, he decided, okay, fine, I can expand it to another city, right? And then after that, now the 2 spas are also generating income, and then he's seeing his profits and his in return on investment also. Then he decides, then now he's moving into real estate.
Baada ya kupigwa boko.
Baada ya kupigwa boko.
Akajua hapa.
Yes.
Wamenitengeza.
Yes.
Sasa huyu ni mwanya, kuna huduma haziko sawa.
Yes. And this whole process of building has taken you, what period has, like for you, this process of building, what would you say?
Just what I've told you, I've been in Mombasa for like 8-9 years. So that's the time that I've been doing this.
Okay.
Yeah. Less than a decade.
When we want things to turn out, we want to gain things in an instance, it never works.
It's impossible. You need to work for, take time. You need to work on yourself, regardless of the time. You know, funny thing, mine might look, to someone, it might look very long.
Yeah.
If I tell them I've been doing this for the last 8-9 years, it looks so long. Yeah. But someone else, it looks very short. To someone that they have seen me growing. I have people that have seen me growing, like from just a baby. Yeah. They saw me the other day. I was just a kiddo going to primary school. Right now, when they see me, they're like, "Hey, your life has changed with the minute."
Yeah.
So you see, it depends with how you're looking at it. But one thing I'm sure, it's always about time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Tony Mintos. How can people get you on social media?
All my social media, the salon, it's Mintos Salon and Spa. That's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. My personal page is Mintos Realtor at Instagram. Realtor, Mintos Realtor again, TikTok, Facebook at the same time. And then I have Mintos Properties. That's Instagram, all the social medias.
Yeah.
And YouTube, I do beautiful listing on YouTube, guys.
Good.
Go to at my YouTube channel, check out Mintos Property Shows. You'll see proper properties that you have not seen around in Mombasa before.
Mintos Property
Show.
Mintos Property Show.
Show. Yes.
So nipatiwe tu inaitwaje referral leo. Siendi kulipa. Niende ninyolewe.
Yeah, we're going to go to the spa. Yeah. Thank you so much for making time. That's it from us. Catch you again tomorrow.